Greetings there, fellow Starjacks. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, The Voidborn. Episode 40, Hunting a Bounty for a Better Ship. So is there compacted... There is compacted plasteel. Over there? Is there ore? No. There's no ore anywhere. Okay. Jade? Oh. Ancient Danger? Nope. Yep, I'm trapping them. Sorry, dear. I mean, yep, totally sporting. Alright, wood first, organic second. And I guess I'll just butcher... This is probably the worst place to butcher creatures, so let's just butcher them here. Wait, is this... Was that... That was the bulk goods that I already traded with, yeah? Yeah. Pity they were awake. I mean, if you shoot once and they're sleeping, they'll wake. So that doesn't really... That's not a shortcut for anything. So now that we have... T, I'll set T up every 2 days if mood is below, let's say, 43. Look at our kid just, like... moving... Like... Nothing like having a 3-year-old move like a jerry can of explosive chemicals. Yep. Dad of the year material right there. Alright, there's the spare back helmet. Good. So now Mike can wear it. Or Lisk, either one. A sippy jerry can? Oh my god. That is twisted. I don't hate it. It's disgusting. One wreck type we don't have is like harp. So I think I'm just gonna like get a harp so that we can't get bored of all wreck. Because that's pretty easy to do. I know it seems a little weird. And I'm actually going to put a pause to making the Psychoid tea, because we're not butchering anything while we've got all this tea backlog. Oh, are they? Yeah, they're zoned. I was like, why haven't we? But yeah, okay. That's on me. The other thing is Lisk. With all of the lovely drugs we have available, you probably can handle, you know, going outside and not recreating every 5 seconds. Mike refueling the ship is pretty sweet, though. I agree. You know, having child labor is pretty useful. So now Mike is in a helmet that isn't about to break. So his vac resistance is 100%, and his temperature tolerance is -72. So space ain't gonna hurt him. He can go for a spacewalk, no problem. The one thing he could benefit from, given that children don't move very fast, is bionic legs, but I don't really want to, like, as long as he's a non-combatant, I'm not sure I really want to do that to him. The other thing that I could see being useful instead of a shield belt is jump pack. A jump pack would keep a child safe pretty effectively. It'd also be fun as hell. Oh my god, if my toddler had access to a jump pack, I think I wouldn't have a toddler anymore. Research. I am gonna start researching bio-sculpting to bio-regeneration. The reason being, Generally, when you need it and you don't have it, it's really annoying, especially if it's a brain scar. So, like, having it ahead of time can really be of a big benefit. How's our chem fuel? So nearly full, nearly empty, and not been touched. A 4-year-old with a jetpack hits the activate button, just flies across the map tile. Yeah, let's assume that the jump packs are attuned to the user's body weight, because if not, yeah, that would be a wild ride. That'd be rough. Akin to send the kid to orbit. There's a recent mod on Steam that lets you add armor for kids. Yeah, I could see kids in Locust armor. A bit of a waste, to be honest, but I understand the concept behind it. I'm going to suspend butchering creatures for a bit, because we got a little backlogged. Is there... Oh, lucky me. There's bones to trade with. So once we haul all the leather in, and maybe butcher a few more creatures, I could also do a trade run to top up my steel or whatever else there is to buy. Hope it won't be like the fastest man-made object. You mean like a nuked manhole cover? Leave it to humanity to send trash to space ASAP. Definitely humanity's greatest achievement. I'm going to leave it on high priority haul so that we don't leave the meat and stuff outside. There we go. So we butchered just about all of it. Stockpile's definitely chock full. There was no jade here, right? I did search jade. Yeah. So Lisk is still busy mining. So we haven't done any tree cutting for chem fuel. So it is just basically hunt-based chem fuel, which is sad, but, you know, whatever. It needs to be done. He's radio talking? Yeah, okay. I was like, what is that noise? Radio talking almost sounds like an anomaly noise, if you ask me. Like the creepy noises that revenants make or something like that. Biosculpt's done. Bioregen. And we have a lot of Glitter World, so if we ever had to do a bioregen cycle for like some sort of catastrophic scar, very easy to do. I hope I'm doing good on growth tiers. I mean, he's been basically perpetually taught. His learning looks pretty good. So I'm hoping we get like a super kid at the end of this. There's no more compacted machinery here, so there's really not that much of a reason to stay other than to cut down some trees. Can we recover the baby with bioregen? I don't think so. Bioregeneration, I don't believe, does that. I'll have to Google. If someone knows definitively, that would be great. Bioregeneration. Bioregeneration costs 2 Glitter World meds, and as well as, you know, nutrition. It can heal frail cataracts, blindness, asthma, bad back, hearing loss, artery blockages. It does not heal Alzheimer's, dementia, toxobutyric carcinoma, chemical damage, trauma savant, res psychosis, Lucy Need, or diseases or any types of fertility procedures. So I think what we can do is we can get a bioregeneration. I didn't actually Google, like, it doesn't tell me about grave illness. Maybe I can look up the wiki grave illness. Infant illness. Treatment. So Healmech serum, deathless, single phase, unnatural healing. That's it. That the wiki says. So it doesn't do anything. But so Mortal Smurf. There's a way to exploitative way to treat the disease. Interesting. I don't think I'm going to be using exploits, but that's good to know. Would that be to try to like use it to switch the severity? Or is it a different exploit that I'm unaware of? So chem fuel. Filled, half filled, hasn't been touched yet. Exactly, yes. It freezes the disease infected percent, but the timer for the change it. Okay. So yeah, it's okay. So to explain this to you guys, the way grave illness works is the severity changes randomly. So right now we have so there's like mild, common, bad, and grave. And grave is the worst. But what you can... So grave increases the illness. It advances the illness very much worse than any others. Whereas common and mild is way more treatable. So the way to exploit it would be to stick the child into a long biocycle. Doesn't even need regen. Just pleasure would work. And what it does is it freezes the progression of the illness, but it allows the timer that changes the type of illness. So the way it works is every 1 to 3 days, the severity of the illness will randomly change, regardless of treatment. It's a really weird way. It's so different than any other disease. So a grave illness can become a bad, common, or mild. So the way to exploit it is to stick the child into a regen cycle and wait for that grave to become common or mild, which becomes more treatable. And then to load the kid up with like Glitterworld meds in a hospital bed to bring the severity, the illness back down. I guess what I'll do is I'll have you guys polled. Should I use regen? Should I try to use bio sculpting or Roy? Yes or no? Basically, should I use the exploit or wait for a surefire cure? That's up to you. Mild or common should not be too much. Mild actually decreases if we can tinker it to mild. Roy would survive. Even common and the baby would survive with Glitterworld meds? Yes. It's just bad and grave is really rough. Now, of course, we've had multiple interactions with single phages, but I decided, because you can't like unsingle phase yourself, I decided, and if you become a single phage, you're effectively a single phage and no longer a Starjack. That's why I decided that like regular gene implantation I thought would be fine. But like going full-blown vampire, not so fine. I think that crosses the line as far as I'm concerned. What were those messages? No, nothing important. Lucy only increases your immunity gain. It's not like a solution. But Lucy with, like, immunity gain speed would help. Seraph, you are a waster. Oh my god. I never get... It just never Starjacks. Ridiculous. Right, our tanks are, getting pretty close to being full. Bottom one's full, top one is over 2/3, and, getting better by the second. Oh, come on. Refusing to haul. Oh, good. Beat up the 19-year-old. That makes sense. Wow, you really cracked him in the head, too. Cracked his skull. That's not like a... That's quite the social fight. Alright, that's probably enough wood. Gonna cancel the rest of the chops. You guys voted no. 74% of you. Okay, so we won't chance it like that. I can get behind that reasoning. I mean, it would be experimental and it's risky. So, makes sense to me. So I'm just high priority hauling to bring in all of the wood into the stockpile, and then we'll be able to be, we're headed next to the hunt for Jet. It's possible that, the orbital station that Jet's on will have heal serums. I mean, it's not super likely, but possible. We have almost all the wood hauled in. Two more arm loads and we're good. The other thing I wanted to do before we jump is we're not that far from Bones. So let's go ahead and load up the ship to go do a run to Bones. So pigskin, plain leather, camel hide. Maybe the locust armor, because it's about to fall apart. And the vac helmet for the same reason. And then silver. So there's actually not... I'll even bring the gun that I never use, because I never use it. Get all that loaded up. Make a quick trade. Now that I don't have high priority hauling, nobody's loading. There we go. Alright, taking a look. You've got a soother. No gene packs that are going to help with the whole death situation. Not a whole lot of stuff I want to buy. I mean, uranium, steel, maybe, but not really. I'll just go for the silver. We haven't actually just, like, gone for silver in a while, so why not? What Bionics did they have? A Arc Eye, which is, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not worth the money compared to like a leg. Plus, I didn't have the money for it anyway. So it's a bit moot. I don't intend to bring the blue Erd with us. So, release. Although it's about to get, like, grav nuked anyway. Alright, we are good to go. Launch. And we're headed to, and I'll update the priority, kill the bounty target. So heading straight up to the hunt for Jet. The reward for this is a pilot persona core to help us pilot the ship a little bit better, which is going to be a big benefit to be able to outrun our enemies. And possibly the arms and armor that comes with the enemy that we're clearing. After this, I think I'm going to make a real effort to clear out the hive, because we are getting quite a lot of guns. Wow, this is a really small facility. Yeah. I feel bad for that specific enemy there, because they're gonna die, and it won't be kind. Nope, they jumped in. Okay. Smart. Mike, you can activate... Oh, look at that. You can activate shields. So I parked it here because there's like a terrain blocker, but it allows our turrets to have like free reign. Once the hive is cleared, are we going to settle an asteroid? Yes. We don't want to be homeless forever. Mike! Oh my god, okay. Mike, stay inside the ship. Kid's like, whee! Alright, shield broke. So we'll return to that later. Chances are the enemy is just going to attack us if we wait long enough. And ideally, I want them to have a southern approach. So, if we stand here, we're like pretty well protected by a bunch of waves of shields. That's good too. So how many enemies are here at this jet? It doesn't say. So... yeah, I mean, kill Jet, and hopefully we're done. First time he's in space, as he's mobile, he's excited to float. I suppose. Yes, the blast door opened for the room that has no wall. Thanks, game. You the best. Turret reprogrammed. Nice. It's shooting table. If we don't go in there, it's not a problem. So many turrets. I'm glad Guinean's finally like a full-fledged adult. It does make it feel less horrible making him do things like this. Because this, I mean, what he's doing ain't exactly safe. He's like on a enemy bounty ship by himself, like clearing it out with a breach axe as a awful melee. Like, he's not even broken 0. It's funny how bad he is. I see you. I'm surprised I haven't been able to trigger them to, like, actually commit to an attack yet. They're still just sort of staging. Lots of good wood stuff to break down. Alright, I see a moron. See if any of the hostile Starjacks? Good call. Baseline, Genie, baseline. Because if they're Starjacks, we could always try to shock lance and jack the brain. Another baseline. Huss. Base. Base. Oh, and they're pissed. Okay. Time to get ready. I'm going to use combat command. There seems to be enough of them. Kiddo, I need you to activate these shields. So this shield goes out so far that it, like, can even protect the enemies, which is a little weird, but whatever. Alright, the one we're after was Jet. So taking a look at the rest, base, base, Huss, Genie, base, Huss, base, base, Huss, Genie. No such luck. Where is Jet, though? Oh, there's Jet. Jet needs to die. Jet is a pretty strong Hussar. Thank you, Mike. Okay, Jet's dead. He just got, like, torso slugged. And pods arrived. So this time, the pod actually came down, unlike the neuroformer I had before. Ooh. We could strip a marine helmet off of you. Hey, Gideon. Oh, that's a lot of dead people. Hey, Icy. Go do that. You can see why I have ship weapons. Because holy hell are we making them liquid. Oh my goodness. That's their whole crew. Yep, dismissed. I didn't do anything. The ship weapons just murderified everyone. And now it's all lovely profit. Oh, did you just stand up? 14-year-old Chad monster? Good God. So the ones that have salvageable armor, I stripped. Turrets off. That was glorious, by the way. I just love the turrets. I'm going to assume we're not going to Okay, I'm gonna make assumption here that we're not going to bother taking every last ounce of everything here or clearing out the soldiers or anything like that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the corpse dump in there. That's probably pretty easy to handle. Because the resource benefit of like smelting armor is not terrible, but it's not oh, there's another person. There's not a massive benefit unless you're really desperate for plasteel, and we're not at the moment. So the armor that I'm going to take is the non-tainted stuff, which has like super good resale value, and the rest of it, I don't care. So is this all dead? I count 11. Nope, it's not all. 12? No, there should be nine. Oh no, the boars don't count. So there should be 18, 17, 16 dead. But there's also the corpses in here and there. So that is 16. Okay. That's everyone. Got them all tidied up. Next up. Won't be a problem if we literally can't see them. Because this is so close to the loot, I wanted to do that. Because I wouldn't mind unleashing everybody from their zoning once the... Okay, here we go. News area, area 1. Because this will allow for, like, nature running, although I don't know how you nature run when there's no nature run, but this will allow for nature running and will allow for all that loot to be scooped without, you know, corpses or whatever. So, area 1 is done. The other thing is, I want chem fuel, so I'm gonna strip this stuff up, and then the furniture can be sold. I don't think I'm going to care about the cloth, though. Just making that choice. And there's a few more turrets we need to clear, but I know that there shouldn't be any more, you know, alive enemies. They've all been unalived. And I'm just forbidding, like, weapons, because they have almost no resale value. But taking everything else. Nature running. Requires access to outdoors. Yep, well, you have access to outdoors, I guess. And then the lovely part is, can someone put that Persona Core in? We'll have the ability to launch more reliably for a much shorter cooldown period, which is awesome. Oh, there's so much wood here. Well, all the chem fuel we'll need for a relaunch is going to be easy to source. As long as I'm not pushed out of this zone from... Oh, corpses. From enemies. Now, if we're going to traverse this map tile a lot, so that we can loot stuff, it makes sense to spend a minute to, like, clear the barricades so we don't trip over them. Nice! Come on. Good loot, good loot, good loot. That looks like a unique weapon. Green shotgun. Oh, God, that's gonna murder people so good. Toxic pellet. And it's a combat shotgun? Good lord, one dump from that and you can kill a thrombo. Holy hell. Hey Gideon, can you haul the map away? Because if this turret goes hissing, the map goes poof. Gross, gross, gross. Don't go in there. No one go in there. Is that the last room? I think that is. Yep, that's the last room. So, as long as no one goes in here, we're fine. The only issue that I foresee is there's silver to be lost here, but like, well, whatever. I don't care. Oh my god, that is quite the toxic shotgun. Did Jet have a unique weapon? No, I don't think he did. I think he had just like one of these heavy SMGs. It was not anything special. Alright, schedule. I'm gonna paint Area 1 to avoid corpses. So I think the best way to do this is to paint over everything and then just remove the areas with corpses so we don't go near them. I could, like, take the effort to clean them up, but this works too. So those are the only zones with corpses that I've not yet hauled. So, there we go. Time for the big cleanup. And the plan here is to just try to get as much chem fuel from this map tile as possible. And steel and all that jazz, so that we can launch to the next target without much delay. And that, friends, is how to clear a bounty. Now, if I wanted to get that silver, I could just put this corpse. Yeah, I'll just do this. Icy was just standing there. An Aurora. I wonder if, like, an Aurora when you're in space should translate to, holy crap, we're getting irradiated, right? Because, like, an Aurora is generally when you have a solar flare directed at the planet that bounces off the magnetosphere. But if you're not, I mean, I guess it depends on how low of an orbit this is, but one could assume that its orbital station's outside of the planet's magnetosphere, meaning if you want cancer, stand outside. Or something like akin to that. Right? You'd get UV blasted pretty good. At least that, in my imagination, that's what's happening. So, I wonder if that's really a thing. Yeah, generally the magnetic poles funnels into the pole. Yeah, the dipole poles. But still, I mean, one could imagine auroras are really dangerous when you're in space. I think that's pretty easy to understand. Let's see if we get a cool... Oh, there we go. Nah, I don't really care. How many? Wait a minute. How many were guarding that? 48 flamingos? That's pretty stupid. So far, we already have 2,000 wood, and it's only going up. Actually, we have so much wood, I can't even count it all. We have an uncountable amount of wood. Yeah, I would also assume that these, like, super suits have pretty good radiation resistance. That's fair. I agree. They probably are very radiation proof. Or resistant. Mike, you still learning? His learning percent... I mean... I hope he's learning. We're doing a pretty good job of cleaning up, though. I'm just going to keep stuffing art into this tiny room. Technically, an aurora cannot happen in space, you think? If you have some sort of, like, somehow artificial magnetic... You know, if you generated some artificial magnetic sphere, you could have an aurora bounce off of something, like... super high-powered futuristic magnet that protects a ship. I don't know. A wee bit make-believe, but still, I could picture that being kind of a thing. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey: The Voidborn, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Starjacks.